Welcome back, YouTube. This time I'm not going to break something. Well, at least I don't plan on it. Um, I was gifted this for Christmas, and I know it's been a little bit past Christmas time, but life finds a way. I wanted to review this Embernic RG351v. It's not using the standard firmware on it. It's actually using 351 ELEC, which I'm going to go ahead and power it up. And you can tell the date is from December. So I haven't actually had to do any updates to this yet. Everything just seems to be pretty solid. It does take a couple of moments to boot up, but I will do a quick little run through about performance and my thoughts on if this is worth the purchase for somebody and what you're kind of looking for. So me personally, I was actually looking for something that would do Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Gear, maybe some DS, some NES, Super Nintendo, and all that fun stuff, right? This can do like PSP pretty well, can do PlayStation pretty solidly. The Nintendo DS, let me fire it up real quick and hope I don't get shut down for it, but of course I own every one of these games. So we're just going to pull up one of my favorites, Supersonic Warriors. So boot time's pretty quick. I have a DS that obviously goes quicker with this, but I'm not a huge fan of how they do a left to right on each representing each screen. It could have done like a top and bottom, and I understand like to be able to make this fit, it would be kind of tight, but I mean, it is a little disorienting, right? So I'm just going to do a quick Z battle. I'll do Krillin, Gohan, and Piccolo. Yeah, let's go. As you can see, it's pretty quick. I don't want to get DMCA'd for sound or anything like that, but sounds not bad. The size of the screen just kills me, right? Like, it's really hard to play this like and take it seriously for a DS, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just exit out. And it is kind of hard remembering which key codes or key combinations to get to the main menu. Nintendo 64, I'm using a beta for Dragon Kart 64, just for a to support this because it's a really cool fan project. But it's essentially Mario Kart, but it has Dragon Ball Z characters. Don't ask me how or where I got it from. It has been forever since I did this. So, but you can kind of choose everybody. I'll turn the sound up since I think it's safe on this game. I may not even have sound. Majin Cup. That's reverse. That's forward. You notice, like, I can't use the directional buttons, which is fine. I guess, we'll go with the analog. But I mean, it's smooth. I'd say it's 60 frames a second. It's real smooth experience. I can play this, right? So we'll go ahead and get out of it. I will say the back buttons on this, the L1, L2, R2, R1, they're in good spots. The only issue is with my hands, because I have pretty big hands, it is really hard to get comfortable with this because you want to put your fingers somewhere. And I've seen people online make grips for it, but I think that's a little overboard because then you're going to have to try to find some way to store it. And I don't really want to throw this in a backpack because it's just not exactly a cheap piece of machinery, I'll say though, let's just do PSP real quick. Def Jam, Fight for New York. Which, if you're listening, please bring this back. I love Def Jam. Oh, there actually shows the FPS on this. Come on, EA. Back when EA was great. Right now it's holding at a solid 60. Obviously, that's just the main. – 2006. Wow. Alright, let's see if I can hear the volume on this. There it goes. Oh, that is going to get me DMCA'd. Well, you can tell the sound works. Let's go back. That's weird. That's triangle. That's weird. One-on-one, no excuses. I'm going to be David Banner. And go up against Blaze. We'll go in the Bronx. Alright, so the loading screen, you can tell it goes to nothing, right? But when you start to actually play, it's staying at like a steady 50, 52, and this is with nothing, this is nothing, like no changes made to it, except for, obviously it's, okay, I have to use the analog stick for this one too. But, I mean, for a handheld to be able to do PSP emulation is pretty sweet. Now, if you want a true PSP experience, get yourself a PSP Go or a Vita, and, you know, really go wild. But, overall, it's pretty well done. Alright, let's hop out. So, quick thoughts. It's built incredibly well. This is the translucent one, which I love being able to see the inside. Reminds me of the old Game Boys that were see-through. They make a better, bigger battery for it, but I'm noticing about 4 hours of battery life when you are doing nothing that's really majorly 3D. About 6 hours with like Super Nintendo, because I was playing Terra Enigma on it for about 4.5 hours on a flight. And it just kept on swinging, so that was pretty sweet. But when I went to PlayStation or PSP or Nintendo 64, it started to go down to the 2 to 3 hour range, which to me is just not enough to really enjoy. So to get to this main menu, hit both of these. You go to quit, and I'm going to just shut down the system. So that's it. It's not a really long, crazy video, but if I had to request or recommend this to somebody, I would totally do so. I would just say, you know what you're getting it for and know what your use is going to be, because if you're an adult, this is going to take up a lot of your flexibility with your hands, and it may not be very comfortable. It probably would be a little more friendlier for younger, smaller hands to really use and kind of introduce them to the world of amazing retro gaming that we all know so well. So I wanted to thank you very much for watching. If I had to give it a star rating like the old school X-Blade people, I would go with a solid 4 out of 5.